Hey, what's up? There was on Comedy Central, right? Um, they had a guy, I can't remember his name, but they had I think it was called the Presidential Show, and they had the best Trump impersonator I've ever seen. And there was it's really sad because you know that that came on during his first term, and you know it never dawned on me that he would be back again. But there was one episode in which he goes to see a psychologist, and the psychologist is an actual psychologist, a guy who started organization Duty to Warn, and he felt that Trump was a narcissist, had three distinct personality disorders, which frankly I didn't even know was possible. They had narcissistic personality disorder, paranoid personality disorder, and that he was a sociopathic, antisocial personality disorder. So, and you think about it, he really has he just does whatever he feels like doing. I mean, Trump even said himself that he could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and get away with it. No, what's anybody gonna do about it? But Trump is not like, I mean, he just kidnapped the president of Venezuela and they just lied about whatever charges, narco trafficking. There's no evidence that he's a narco trafficker. And then the media just goes along with it, that nobody questions anything. It just whatever you say. But he's not the only one. He's not the only one. I mean, I sat through Joe Biden's 4 years, and what did he do? Probably blew up the Nord Stream pipeline, uh, had a proxy war with Russia, committed a genocide and also famine, and lied about it. Lied about it, and ate an ice cream cone. What he's talking about, children starving to death. Like, what kind of psychotic? I mean, it's not psychotic. I shouldn't say psychotic. Sociopathic. Maybe what's the other word when you're born? Oh my god. Let's see. So there's sociopathic and there's psychopath. Psychopath, right? I don't think he's a psychopath. And by the way, Joe Biden, the first time he ran for president, I think was 1988. The guy lied. He plagiarized. He stole the speeches. Sometimes I think the guy was from England or Ireland. He just took the guy's speech whole cloth. He lied about his grades. Lied. He told a story about it. I think his uncle, what do you say, was eaten by cannibals. Like he had the popcorn story. It's just he talked about his, how he met Nelson Mandela. Then you go before him. What about Bill Clinton? What about Barack Obama with the drone strikes? I mean, I even voted for him. Or if you look at George W. Bush, he lied, took us into Iraq, killed who knows, maybe a million people. Nobody cares. I have a book right on my shelf. It's not really a shelf, but the $3 trillion war. It cost about $3 trillion. Back to Trump, he just blowing up boats. Oh, they had drugs on them, so just kill them. Whatever. Care, like, it doesn't matter. So in order to be a leader, You have to be willing to just snuff people's lives out, you know, destroy countries, take out their leaders, do whatever you want. Hey, because you want to do it. Nobody can stop you, so just do whatever you want. That's crazy to me. I can't even think like that. Like, how do you do that? But, you know, we have a country that's founded in genocide. This country is founded in genocide and also slavery. And it just continues. It continues. We're in our 250th anniversary, and I feel like we're going backwards. Everything's about profit, profit, make more and more money. Hmm. And it doesn't matter how, kill people, who cares? It is not going to change unless, I mean, there would have to be some deep fundamental changes to the system. Otherwise, uh, it's just going to continue. We got huge problems, man, like extinction type problems. Um, I remember Noam Chomsky would say that the only thing that's going to change it, the only thing that could change the United States government would be the United States public. But are we going to organize or we're going to mobilize and all of that? It's really tough. Yeah. I really thought about this issue of sociopaths in power. I think when I saw the invasion of Iraq, like I knew about Vietnam, and of course there's Kissinger, and you know, bomb everything that moves. What did he say? Bomb everything. What is it? I gotta look up the quote real quick. Anything that flies on anything that moves, it's an order. It's to be done. Anything that flies on anything that moves. Hmm. Wow. So, and Kissinger was Hillary Clinton's advisor. Um, and people think like I guess, is that what's called real politique? Like you have to just be willing. Pragmatic, interest-based approach to politics and diplomacy that prioritizes practical outcomes and national power over ideology, ethics, or moral principles, focuses on real conditions and power dynamics to achieve state goals, famously exemplified by figures like Otto von Bismarck. Power consolidation, strategic alliances, and compromising ideals for tangible gains. That's real politique. I think Kissinger talked about Bismarck, Otto von Bismarck. Oh, he was head of the German Reich, of course. He writing books. Let me see. Yep, his correspondence, The Man and the Statesman, new chapters in Bismarck's autobiography. And then I have to admit I really enjoyed watching The Sopranos, but they alluded to Robert Hare, who's a psychologist, and he wrote a book called Snakes and Suits, and how corporations have to be run by sociopaths too. Sometimes, or leaders sometimes are sociopaths, and they're not always like the John Wayne Gacy or Ed Gein or whatever his name is, or the Iceman. Sometimes they're in suits and they are very successful because if you don't have a conscience and you don't really give a damn about the impact of what you're doing, it makes it easier to make money. I think, because like I don't, doesn't matter how you're making it, or just let's deregulate and do whatever you want. The hell with the consequences. And then if you view the people you're exploiting as subhuman and they're dumb anyway, or call them shithole countries like Trump does, then yeah, it makes it much easier to exploit people and, you know, dehumanize them, degrade them, and so forth and so on. There's another topic that really I like to explore more in depth, you know, but that's about all I have to say about it today.